Hello everyone. In this tutorial, I'm going to explain to you how to edit some basic plant stats. So first of all, you're going to open your project and you're going to go through lawn project, lawn, board, board include. Then you're going to look for plant.cpp. So at the beginning of this file, you'll find this long list of all the plants in the game. It's here pea shooter, sunflower, cherry bomb, etc. And all of these values mean something. So this one is just the seed type. So it's kind of just the name of the plant that's inside the code. This one, these are all set to null. So I believe these are pretty much useless. So probably just don't touch these. This third column here, this represents the animation of the plant. So what type of animation it'll use. So you probably don't want to change this unless you know what you're doing. This list of numbers over here, it has something to do with the beta version of the game. So it's no longer used by the game anymore. It's just there, so you don't have to worry about it. Now this column over here, this is the sun cost. Alright, so as you can see here, pea shooter is 100 sun, sunflower is 50 sun, and cherry bomb is 150 sun. Alright, so you have all the sun values here. And this next column is actually the recharge time. And the way it works is that recharge time is this number divided by 100. So for example here, the recharge time of pea shooter is not 750 seconds. You're gonna divide it by 100, that gives you 7.5. So its recharge is 7.5 seconds. Over here, the recharge of ice shroom is not 5,000 seconds, it's actually just 50 seconds. The next column is the subclass. There's actually only two subclasses, shooter plants and normal plants. Normal plants just sit there. Shooter plants just shoot stuff at the enemy, so pretty self-explanatory. This column over here is the action rate. So what the action rate does is different for each plant. For example, for shooters, so subclass shooter, the action rate is the delay in between shots. So as we can see here, we divide this number by 10. That gives us 1.5. That means our pea shooter shoots every 1.5 seconds. So there are a couple of action rates that are different. For example, let's look at sunflower. So sunflower's action is 25 seconds. So for sunflower, this means that it produces sun every 25 seconds. Same with sunshroom. And I'm actually not sure what Plantern's action rate does, but it has one for some reason. And we have one for marigold, twin sunflower, etc. Wintermelon, yeah, you can see it has a slower action rate at 3 seconds instead of 1.5. So what about some plants that have timers, but it's not in their action rate? Let's take a look at potato mine and say its action rate is 0. So what if we wanted to edit a potato mine's like arming time? Well, to do that, we're gonna have to go into our code and do search for update. So there's an update shooter method, and then there should just be an update. As you can see, there's an update method for pretty much most plants. So as you can see, there's update sunshroom, there's update gravebuster, there's update potato, and that's the one we want to do. So as you can see here, we need to, if it's not ready, it will start counting down, and if it finishes counting down, it will go up. So now, as you can see, the variable over here is called mStateCountdown. So let's try and search for every instance where mStateCountdown is in this file and see where we can find it. So in this case, that's TangleKelp state cooldown. This one is still in TangleKelp. This is in Spikeweed attack. And if we keep looking, aha, here we go, finally. We found it. Over here, case seed type is potato mine. Then our mStateCountdown is 1500, which means 15 seconds. Now, if I wanted to change this, then I could just do, let's say I wanted it to be 5 seconds. It'd just be 500 here. If I do this, This will make our potato mines rise in only 5 seconds instead of 1,500. Let's do a bit more advanced, let's do a bit more of an advanced change. So let's say, what if you wanted potato mine to explode in a 3x3 radius? So when you're doing decomp modding, what you want to do is, if you want to make a change, you want to think of something in the game that already does that. In this case, we want potato mine to explode in a 3x3 radius. So we think, what other plant also explodes in a 3x3 radius? And then once you find that code, we can then copy and paste it to our potato mine code, then just make a few minor changes. So in this case, we know that cherry bomb has a 3x3 explosion radius. So if we go to do special, this is the method do special is basically for every plant it just does its own thing. For example, blower, it's do special blow away flyers, and here you have it, cherry bomb. So as you can see here, when cherry bomb is doing its special ability, it's gonna play these sound effects, and then this is what you want to look at. Get all zombies in the radius, or this is just for the achievement, that's just to count it. But here we have kill all zombies in this radius, in its row, X position, Y position, explosion radius. And I believe if you look at over here, the row range, so that means one row up and one row down. And then do we burn them or not? In this case, it's set to true. And the damage flags. So let's copy this code. Or actually, let's copy this code here. This is what's relevant to us. And let's go to potato mine. So if you scroll down, here we go, potato mine. So as you can see, here we have an M kill zombies all in radius, but the radius is different. If you copy this here instead, and if you test this out, you will find that your potato mine will now explode in a 3x3 radius, exactly like how cherry bomb does. All right, let's do one more change. So let's say I want to create the plant Gold Bloom from PvZ2. So I'm not gonna completely add a new plant because that would take a long time. But let's say I wanted to change a plant. Let's say Sunshroom. Sunshroom's kind of useless in the mod I'm making because of the balance changes. So why not turn it into Gold Bloom? All right, so let's go to update plant. So in this case, update Sunshroom. Okay, and now basically what we wanted to do is just turn it into an instant use plant. So if our state countdown is equal to 0, instead of update production plant, let's just change it to do special. Okay. Maybe this, yeah, it should be both capital. All right, so we're gonna put that down. And next, so basically, as soon as our state countdown reaches 0, we're gonna make it do it special. However, Sunshroom's state countdown is a long time because that's normally how long it takes from it to grow from a small state to a large state. So let's actually change that a bit. So we go back up to our case seed types. And then if we find case seed Sunshroom, it says our state countdown is 1200. We want this to happen almost instantly. Let's say in like 2 seconds. So let's give this a value of 200. Now that's done. So now let's go to our do special method. All right, and now we're gonna add a new case, and this time it's gonna be case seed type seed Sunshroom. Because as far as I know, seed Sunshroom should not have its own special. Yeah, it does not have its own special ability. So let's add our brackets here. And what we basically wanted to do is create a lot of sun. Let's just say we wanted to produce 450 sun. Okay, so now we need to know, how does a plant create sun? Well, in this case, we just search for it in a different method. Remember, there was a method called update production plant. So that's a hint. Let's go here and see if it's mentioned anywhere. Let's see. And here it is, mboard.addCoin, and then the type of sun. So let's get this. We can copy this coin motion from plant. Now let's go back to our do special method. All right, and now let's just say we wanted to create, let's just say 450 sun. So 450 times 4, or 450 divided by 25 is, hold on, I can do math. Uh, 18, whatever. That's probably not right. Let's just do a for loop. I is less than 18, I plus plus. If you don't know any coding, what this does, it's just going to repeat something 18 times. All right, and then we're just going to add a coin. Okay, and our coin type is going to be coin sun. So basically in the game, sun is a type of coin. It's just that when you click it, instead of giving you money, it gives you more sun. All right, now that we did this, we need the plant to go die. So let's add this die method here. This just kills the plant. And let's add a break statement, because you look at all the other do special, they all end with a break statement. So it's probably a good idea to add a break statement if you don't want your program to do something weird. All right, we save this, and now it should work. What we've basically done is we've changed the Sunshroom. So now when you place it, there'll be a 2-second delay, and then it'll produce 450 sun, if I've done my math correctly, and then kill itself. So it's basically an instant use plant. So that's gonna wrap up this tutorial. So hopefully you kind of understand how to modify plants now, and hopefully I'll release some more tutorials soon. Thanks for watching.